Hi Leo, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing your weekly reading for July. Hope everybody's well. I am going to take a quick second to remind everyone that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with every single Leo out there. So guys, just take what resonates for you. Leave the rest for another Leo. All right. Keep in mind that the energies can reverse in a general reading. So if it is resonating, get in where you fit in. But as always, don't try to force yourself into a reading that's not for you. Spirit, can I have the energy of the sign of Leo? Leo. Energy for Leo. Happy birthday to, you Leos. We're in Leo season. So happy birthday, guys. All right, so you are coming out with the Sorceress. You have the Moon and you have the Five of Cups. All right, so I do feel like, you're going through some sort of a down period or possibly depression right now. It is affecting your energy. Your energy is a little bit darker right now. You're kind of keeping to yourself, keeping secrets. The Sorceress in this particular deck is the High Priestess. So I feel like you're moving, and the High Priestess is the keeper of secrets. And then we have the Moon, which is things that are unseen. So I feel like you're keeping secrets. You're kind of on the down low. You are working on self. I do feel like you are trying to be very intuitive about things. But I feel like also your energy is a little bit lower than what it normally is. For some of you, it's a depression that seems like, I'm seeing somebody that out of the blue, it just washes over you at a very unexpected time. I went through a very difficult time myself at one point, and I remember thinking, because I would go along just fine for a little bit, and then all of a sudden that would happen to me. I'd have something the emotion would just wash over me. And it was at the most unexpected times. And I would think to myself, it's like the moments between the moments, like when you're not expecting it. And that's what I'm seeing here with this Five of Cups. There's a lot of sadness. There's a lot of internal work going on. Pay very close attention to your dreams as well, because there are things and messages that are coming to you in the dream state that's to help you. It's almost like you might be going through a dark night of the soul for some of you. Let's see who's in your energy. Show me who is in Leo's energy. All right, Leo, the person in your energy, we have the Queen of Swords. You could be dealing with a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We have the Six of Wands. And we have the Nine of Cups in the reverse. So the person that is in your energy, I feel like this person, for some reason, their boundaries are really high. It's like, especially with regard to communication, this person is almost expecting you to go through some sort of, how do I word this? Like they're expecting you to pull the information out of them. They're expecting, that if you are going to be in their energy, that you have to meet certain qualifications or something. I don't feel like they're communicating as clearly as they could. And it's almost because they're expecting you to pull the information from them. Like you have to be worthy to get their attention. You have to be worthy to hear what it is that they have to say. So this person, definitely has put up some barriers, I'm seeing. With the Six of Wands here, I feel like this is somebody who, is very focused on their own success right now. If you notice here, this person is riding this dragon or this griffin or whatever this is, trying to tame it, but his back is turned to the lady. So I feel like this is somebody that is very focused on their own success right now. And they're not getting what it is that they want. I feel like this is somebody who feels like their wishes are being denied to them. So it's a little bit of a self-sabotaging energy with regard to you. Let me see. But I also feel like they're looking for success in other areas, but they're not getting it. And that's leading them to kind of put up barriers all around them. So let me see the energy between Leo and this person. The Star card. You're still hopeful, but I feel like you're kind of secretive about that. I don't feel like you're trying to like tell that person, but I feel like you're very hopeful. They're also very hopeful. In fact, this person does put you in high regard. It just seems like there's some, there's other things that is taking their attention. And as a result, they've put up all these guards. Let me see what's affecting the connection. You could be dealing with an Aquarius. Very strong Aquarius energy. Show me what's affecting this connection. I feel like you're pretty intuitive right now. In fact, you're extremely intuitive. So definitely, lean into your intuition here. All right, so we have the Five of Pentacles. And then we have deception in reverse. This person feels exposed. They feel very exposed here. I feel like this is somebody who, they're feeling exposed for other things that they have been trying to do or have success in that may not have been in the best, it could have been like a little bit off. It could have been, how do I word this gently? Somebody told me one time I was way too blunt, but it's the energy of somebody that was doing things that they shouldn't have been doing, that were toxic, and they got exposed for it, is basically what I'm seeing. And this is where all of their energy has been. So they've been off chasing the dragon. Isn't that an interesting? They've been off chasing the dragon and they got exposed. They feel like you see exactly what they have been up to, what they have been doing. And so I do feel like whatever they were involved with, it caused a tower moment for them. Because in this deck, deception is a tower. And now they're trying to recover. So they've lost something. They've lost something other than this connection. This is why they're looking at... See, you can see the loss. You feel the loss of the connection with the Five of Pentacles. You feel like this person abandoned you. Like this person just, didn't recognize who you were. And you found yourself, it's like you felt like you were sleeping. You were in this dream. And then when you woke up, you weren't even in your own bed. And it's because this person changed on you. They were out while you were asleep, while you were trying to, while you were asleep, this person was out doing things that they shouldn't have been doing. Things that caused a tower moment. And when you kind of woke up, you're like, I don't even know where I am. And I don't even know who you are. And this person here feels exposed by that. They feel very exposed. Like you, in your eyes, they feel exposed. Because you don't even know this person anymore. Yeah, that's kind of sad. This is part of the reason why they're kind of holding back, why they're putting up those barriers with you. So let's see your outcome. But it's caused you to feel very sad. Six of Swords in the reverse, stuck energy. Not moving forward. Yeah, this person is in chaos. And for you, the loss of this connection has put you in a lot of sadness and chaos. This person is not addressing the relationship because they're trying to come out of whatever they caused over here. And it caused a tower moment. So now they're trying to rebuild themselves. They're not getting what they want here. And so they're not focused on the relationship. They're focused on something else. And it's just created all this stuck energy. They're not getting what they want. You're not getting what you want. My suggestion, Leo, is that you don't focus on this person. Because a lot of your focus seems to be on them, and they're over here focused on something else. It doesn't look like another relationship. It looks like they're trying to rebuild themselves. They're trying to have success, and it could even be in their financial or their career. But they're clearly not focused on this relationship. And part of the reason why is because they feel like you have exposed them. I don't think you meant to. I don't think you meant to. I just think that they are somebody different. They became somebody different than they were. So right now, neither of you get in your way in what you want. They're certainly not. They're not focused on this. And you're feeling sad. It's like you're going through a dark night of the soul. So what I will tell you is that if you can come out of this energy, you can focus on yourself, focus on your other relationships, focus on your career. But I would not focus on this connection right now because it's a lot of stuck energy and it's keeping you stuck. At the bottom of the deck is the King of Swords in the reverse. This is underlying energy. Again, I'm seeing a lot of air sign energy, but this indicates that there could be a lot of anger here. It indicates that somebody might not be operating in the most honest manner, especially with regard to communication. But let's clarify. Oof. 5 of Wands, the Devil, there you go, and the 9 of Cups. All right, so be careful. Some of you could be dealing with some sort of like drinking, some kind of possibly, you know, drug addiction, alcohol addiction. There's definitely some kind of addictions here. Make sure that you're not dealing with codependency. I do feel like there is some sort of toxic energy here that you are battling. Because this almost indicates to me, Leo, that some of you feel that in order to get what you want, you're going to have to fight evil. Yeah. So very metaphysical on that standpoint. Why is the Moon here? Why is the Moon here? 7 of Pentacles. 7 of Wands reversed. You're being very patient in the situation. You're kind of keeping quiet. You're moving on the down low. But I do feel like you're feeling a bit powerless as well. And what's making you feel powerless is this disconcerting feeling of waking up and finding out that this person is not who you thought they were, or that they have changed so dramatically. And that's leaving you feeling kind of powerless. I also feel like you don't want to argue or fight with this person, and they can be a bit argumentative, and I can see that. Why is the 5 of Cups here? I do feel like you're being patient because you do feel that you've invested heavily in this situation. 4 of Coins, 9 of Coins in the reverse. Be careful this week that you don't have some sort of a sudden loss or sudden expense with regard to your money, because I am seeing that, so be very careful. That could cause you some issues there. But you're holding on to this person, and you're holding on to this person because there is codependent energy that's here, and that's something you need to address. You need to address that because it's causing a lot of pain. It's causing a lot of suffering for you. Let me look in this person's energy. Why is the Queen of Swords here? Why is the Queen of Swords here? All right, we have the 7 of Cups reversed. We have the 6 of Swords reversed. This person is, yeah, they're not moving forward. They're very guarded. They're not really moving forward. They're trying to get clarity and truth in their own life right now. And that's, again, I'm seeing that there's some kind of chaos that this person is involved in. They can't seem to get themselves out of the chaos, but they're trying to. They are trying to. I do feel like this person has run out of options, and I feel like they have had to become, you know, very, very clear, very honest, and very direct with themselves. But as a result, it's causing them to put up these guards with anyone else as well. Let me see why the Six of Wands is here. Okay, Two of Pentacles reversed and the Four of Swords. It may not have been you that exposed this person, but they do feel exposed in your eyes. They don't want to talk about it. They do not want to talk about it. If this person was pursuing other things that kind of led them down this road where they hit a tower moment, they absolutely don't want to discuss it. They don't want to talk about it, because the more they talk about it, the more they feel exposed. So this person has made a decision that they are going to pursue their own success. And it does look like it's financial for most of you. And they are absolutely avoiding whatever caused the tower moment in their life. They don't want to talk about it. They're trying to heal from it. They're thinking about it. Don't get me wrong. They are definitely thinking about it, but they don't want to talk about it. And that's making you feel rather helpless. Let me see why the Nine of Cups is in reverse. I don't think it has anything to do with you, Leo. I don't. I think it's something that's going on with this person outside of you. Why is the Knight of, let's see, we have the Knight of Wands, we have the Five of Pentacles reversed, and we have the Four of Cups reversed. So this person, life is not going the way this person wants. They feel like their wish fulfillment is being denied them. Part of the reason is because they are not consistent. They're in, they're out, they're in, they're out. This person is going to come forward at some point, and they're going to want to reconcile with you. They are realizing that, you know, they didn't appreciate this connection. They're realizing that they didn't love you in the way that you were loving them. I feel like this person does think about you a lot. They think about reconciliation. And there's going to be a moment here when this person, things are just not going the way they want. And I think that there's going to be a moment when this person, you know, says to themselves, it's going to be impulsive. I have to talk to Leo. And they're going to come in and they're going to be very impulsive with this. It's going to be fast when they do come in, but it is for a reconciliation, because it looks like this person has learned some lessons. They're getting very clear. And while they're keeping silent right now, I don't feel like this has to do with you. I feel like it has to do with something else that kind of destroyed their world. And now they're trying to rebuild that, you know, and they're having a difficult time. But in the process, it is causing them to look at you and to begin to value the connection between the two of you. So let me see why the Star is here. Show me the energy between Leo and this person. The Lover's reversed and the High Priestess. So you're kind of mirroring each other with regard to keeping secrets, not really talking. You're not giving in the information to them either. You're not giving up, you know, talking to them about what's going on in your mind, what you feel. And I do feel that you feel this person has been toxic. They've been argumentative. There's been toxic energy. Like I said, they feel like you see them for everything that they are not, as well as what they are. Now, that being said, you do still want to be with them. You do. And I feel like things are moving better for you. Like, they're not getting what they want, but you are. And so there's a sense here that you feel this person chose to go in another direction, or they're choosing other situations or other people over you. So, and the ending of, and the way things ended between you and this person was absolutely toxic. And you haven't forgotten that. That is definitely on your mind. So you're kind of in conflict with yourself. Do I want to be with this person or I don't? They're a little bit toxic here, but yet I still have feelings. I still am hopeful that we can be together. Now, in their energy, they know that they cannot move forward with you with the secrets that they're keeping. And they are keeping some secrets here as well. It's almost like they want you to pry those secrets out of them. And I don't think you're going to do that. That doesn't seem, that's not what I'm seeing here. I also feel like this is somebody who intuitively, knows that they want to move towards you, but they feel unable to move out of this chaos that they're currently in. And that chaos is not associated with you, but they're trying to figure it out. They're trying to figure it out. They are getting clear about it, and they're having to become very honest with themselves. But they're not talking to you about it. Again, I get that energy of, I don't want to talk about it. So let me see the energy between Leo and this person. We have Judgment reversed. We have the Ten of Coins. And we have the King of Pentacles in the reverse. So you could be dealing with a Scorpio. You could be dealing with an earth sign, which would be a Virgo, Taurus, or a Capricorn. What's affecting the situation? Well, a couple of things. One, you're not going to come back together with this person unless they are solid. I feel like you want everything. You want the whole enchilada. You want the relationship, the children, you want the home, you want to build something together. And right now this person's not doing that. So I feel like it's a judgment call for you. You're trying to make a judgment call. I think you're being very patient, but I also feel like, the way this person has treated you has made you feel very helpless. So you're looking at things from a long-term perspective. And I do feel like you may believe that if you are patient enough, that this person is going to come through for you. But right now, you're not moving in that direction. And I do feel like, that's quite a loss. You've experienced a loss in this, but you're still hopeful. Now, in their energy, this person realizes that they have made some really crappy judgment calls here. They have not been loyal to the connection. It's, it's cost them. They're realizing they're having to reconcile that whatever this was that they were chasing over here has cost them dearly. It has cost them incredibly. And now they're trying to rebuild. Yeah, they're trying to rebuild. Their money is out of sorts. I feel like their money is out of balance. They don't want to talk about any of it, though. They don't want to talk about commitment. I feel like they don't feel that they can commit to the connection right now. They know that they've made some really shitty decisions. And so they're kind of pulled back. They're trying to figure things out. They're trying to recover from poor decisions. Let me see the outcome. Show me the outcome between Leo and this person. All right, we have the Three of Wands reversed, the Ace of Wands, and Justice, Libra energy. All right, so I don't know that it's going to happen by the end of the week, because by the end of the week, we still see that stuck energy. We still see that, and it's because of this person. I feel like you'd be more than willing to move things forward, but this person is the one who has this Six of Swords in the reverse. They still have a lot of stuck energy here, but I'm going to tell you, I don't think it's going to happen by the end of the week, but when they get it in their head, I have screwed up this connection, and this person is the person that I really want to be with. I haven't appreciated this. This person's going to come in really quick, really fast, in order, and most likely in a sexual manner, by the way, because I see that after this pause, after this, this stagnant energy, this person will be coming forward, appreciating the connection, trying to bring in balance to the situation. And I feel like there is going to be a new beginning. There is going to be a new beginning with this person. I don't think that, I don't think you're going to have to wait too long. 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months is what I'm seeing. So I do feel, I do feel like the wait will be over and there will be a new beginning, but this person has gone through something here that doesn't look like it's necessarily attached to you, but it has deeply affected you. And once they figure it out, they are coming in fast. They are definitely coming in fast. So I can understand why you're holding on to this person, but at the same time, I do, Leo, want you to focus on yourself because, you know, I feel like you're kind of going through it. And I have to tell you that, you know, some of the behavior that I'm seeing on your side is a little bit toxic. So focus on what it is that you want. Try to identify any toxic behaviors that you could have, address those, work on those, so that when this person does wake up out of their miserable dream and come rushing in, if you do want to be with them, and it does look like a lot of you do, that you are in a good place. You don't want to be sad. You don't want to be, you know, in a bad place when this person does finally wake up. And if you don't want to be with them, you still don't want to be in that sad place. So regardless, you need to come out of this energy. Bottom of the deck is the 8 of Wands in the reverse, indicating there's blockages here. And these blockages are coming about by anger, lack of communication, and some dishonesty. So I'm going to pull an oracle card for you, Leo. We'll see if there's any further guidance for you. Yeah, it's a heck of a reading, Leo, and I can see you're going through it, but honestly, I want you to really focus on you and your desires and what you want and your own mental health right now. All right, so we have number 12, and it's called Seabed. What a beautiful card, but notice that she's at the bottom of the sea, and she is coiled up in that shell. Hang on just a second. Let me read that for you. All right, so it says, find your sacred place. And this card is all about peace, solitude, relaxation, silence, and calm. It says, in the purple blue dawn of the ocean grotto, shafts of warming light illuminate the underwater ecosystem and stir the beautiful sea nymph as she is gently rocked within her favorite shell. She is lost in a peaceful reverie. She dreams of wondrous sea creatures and of diving amid turquoise and lavender coral in search of beautiful shells and sunken treasure. We too can benefit from having a sacred space, a special spot where we can go to relax and to recharge. Whether it's a park bench or a part of your home or garden, your sacred space can be anywhere you want it to be as long as it is comforting and calm. And then there's a quote by John Milton. It says, solitude sometimes is best society. So guys, find a place that you feel calm, that you feel serene in, and make that your sacred spot, and go to that when you're feeling these emotions and feelings that are so overwhelming. All right, I hope this has been helpful for you, Leo. If you have resonated with this reading, hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. And until I see you guys in your next reading, know that you are loved, and namaste.